Hi everyone, and welcome to the Still That Girl series. I'm your host, Jorrey Jay. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who have been rocking with us, who have been supporting us from day one. It's a new year and I'm so excited. So for anyone who is new or is their first time coming to this channel, you may be wondering, what is Still That Girl? Or who is Still That Girl? Everybody, once you're human, you have a past. We all have a past. We've been through situations, challenges, we've had tribulations, and of course, we've done some things that we are not so proud of today. Still That Girl is letting you know that no matter what you've gone through, what you've faced, what you've done, you can still be that woman that you've always dreamt of being. You can still go chase that career. You can still go back to school. You can still have that family. You can still have that husband. You can still walk that path that God has ordained for you. You're still that girl. You haven't gone too far and it's not too late. You can still rewrite your story. Your story is not finished. You are still that girl. So now that you know a little bit more about what Still That Girl is, you might be wondering, so how did it start and why did you start it, first of all? So I have my own story, which I will share with you in another video because that might be too long. But just to give you a summary of why I started this, basically one of the biggest reasons why I started this channel was because I was in a very bad relationship, a relationship that I had no business being in, and it ended very badly. And at that point I was just, going through my healing process, and I was like, God, I don't want anybody else to go through what I did, because if I had, I did have friends and family members who warned me, but I still wanted to follow my own path. I still wanted to do my own thing. So I was like, if I can prevent my younger siblings or any young woman out there to not make the same mistakes that I did, then that would be a rewarding feeling for me. So at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I was on a mission to help save young women, especially, God has given us experiences not for ourselves, but for us to encourage others. How can somebody tell you about something that they've never experienced? So that is why I'm so passionate about this. I want women to know that I'm not perfect. I've had a past and I am still that girl. And if I can say I'm still that girl, then you are still that girl too. Nobody's better than anybody. I'm not perfect. I'm not better than anyone. You may see me and not know my story, but one day I will share it, as I said, just not today. But yes, so that was basically why I started Still That Girl. So some of you may be wondering, how did it all come together? And all I can say, Jesus. There was nothing that I could have done in my own power that would have made this all come together. I still consider it a miracle till this day, just how everything happened. So, little story time. At the beginning of 2020, as I said, I had that relationship it ended in 2018, and I was just on a healing journey. I was, God gave me the idea to help women, but I didn't know what it was at the time. I thought it was supposed to be an institute. So I spoke with my pastor in Texas, in Wichita Falls, Pastor Renee, and he was telling me, just write everything down, write everything that you're thinking down, because at the time I told him about it and I didn't know what it was. So I kept on praying on it, and I didn't receive clarity. So it was a bit frustrating because I was like, all these ideas coming, but I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do. It wasn't until 2020 when COVID hit, and I was being a bit stubborn. Antigua was about to close down, and I was like, you know, I'm not coming home. I'm not going home. I was in Texas at the time. I was like, I'm not going home. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm gonna battle this out in Texas. And my mom was like, you're not staying up there by yourself, and the country's gonna close down. We don't know what's gonna happen. So I was like, okay, let me go. I bought my ticket midnight the night before the next day when the Prime Minister said he was going to close the country. So I was among the first group of persons who was ever quarantined. We went to Hawksville, and you know, at the time I didn't know we were going to go there. It was a possibility, but people were saying all kind of different things, so I didn't know at the time. But I wasn't mad. Let me tell you, I enjoyed quarantine. I enjoyed quarantine, had 3 square meals a day, the beach, quiet, you know, the nice room. And I was still in school, so I had to do homework, and you know, I had classes and all that. So it was perfect for me, and I met some really nice people. So while I was in quarantine, I called that my wilderness season. God spoke to me there. I think God really wanted me to be away in quarantine so that he could get to really talk to me, because I was so busy doing different things, working, going to school, trying to do stuff on the side and all that. So sometimes God wants you to just be in, you know, by yourself, not isolated, but he wants you to just slow it down so that he can talk to you and reveal. And I think that's what I was missing. You know, I was getting all the ideas, but it was like I didn't know what to do. And I guess God was trying to talk to me all the time, but I wasn't really listening, or I was too busy to listen. So as I was in quarantine, I met a girl there, and you know, we ended up talking one time, and she shared her story with me, and instantly I was like, you know what? Let me start something here. Let me record you. Let me record you and maybe see if I can, you know, start my stories this way, start sharing female stories or whatever it was. At the time I didn't have no experience or anything. I just had my phone camera, and that was it. So we did a bunch of videos, but I still wasn't feeling like that was it. Long story short, I ended up and reached out to one of my friends. We were just talking one day, and you know, I was sharing my ideas with her, and she was like, let me tell you, she began immediately. She got excited. She started making plans and everything, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, somebody's working with me, and she was at the time trying to become a photographer. So this was exciting for her. If she would gain experience, and at the same time I would be able to get my work done. Let me tell you, we met up, we spoke over the phone. She was so professional, and she was so helpful. Like anything I wanted, she was there. And so now that I had somebody to do the videos, I needed people, and I was like, oh Lord. So you know, Antigua small, nobody's gonna want to come and share their stories, you know. It was like every time I accomplished something, there was another negative thought to why I shouldn't do it, you know. So I finally had the person to help me with the video. Shout out Jordana. And now I was like, okay Lord, I don't think I can do this, because I don't want to be in the videos. I don't want people looking at me. First of all, I have no experience with public speaking and all that, and I'm very shy. Let me tell you how shy I am. I'm such a shy person. Nobody would believe that, but I'm so shy. And I was like, who's gonna want to come and share their stories? But let me tell you, obedience is important. I just did the first interview. The girl who I met in quarantine, we ended up, and you know, I got pretty close after. So we interviewed her, and then it just took off from there. People just came. God just put people in place for me to interview people. And I didn't have a team or anything in particular, but God just sent people to help, family members, my close friends, and everything was just taken care of. My friend Jadana, she put out herself. She edited videos. She did everything that she could. Even friends back in Texas, you know, there's too many names to mention right now, but a lot of people helped and supported so much from day one, and I'm just so appreciative of them, because there was worried about how I would get things done and not depend on God, you know. So once I decided to put God first and just be obedient, take that leap of faith, everything just fell into place. And that's how it started. Obviously I didn't say like all the specific details and stuff, because I'm not really trying to make this video long, and maybe one day I might share the full story in all its glory, but that was it in a nutshell. And I just want to share this part of the story with you so that you know that, you know, obedience, as the Bible says, obedience is better than sacrifice. Just taking that step of faith, that leap of faith. Just be obedient and God will do the rest. We don't have to always see how he's going to do it, but he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Once you have faith, trust, he will do it. God will not lead you to something and not let you see it through. You know, he will not give you an idea and tell you to do something and then just leave you to figure it out for yourself. He's gonna, once you allow him, he's gonna take you through to the end. So I hope this encourages somebody. If you're wanting to start a channel, if you're wanting to do something that you've never done, like me, I say go for it. Go for it. You can definitely do it. With God, all things are possible, and he will see you through. So again, thank you for watching. My name is Jorrey Jay, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye. Do you have an inspirational story to share? Would you like to be featured on our next episode? If so, please contact us using the information displayed on the screen. If you'd prefer to tell your personal story anonymously, please complete the form by clicking the link provided in our bio.